When I first picked up a copy of Alchemists, I was a little bit skeptical, mainly because I'd never seen it before. I've generally heard of board games before I pick them up. It's very rare that I'll go somewhere and just look at a cover and give it a try. However, within the first 20 minutes of gameplay, I realized it would be one of the best new games I have played this year. I felt like a mad scientist, throwing together strange ingredients and force-feeding them to hopeless students and hapless adventurers. It was great. In this game, you compete with other alchemists to earn the most victory points. Most victory points are earned with reputation. Basically, you want to be seen as the most reputable alchemist and not a crazy kook. To get famous, you have to learn how alchemicals match with ingredients. There are 8 alchemicals and 8 ingredients. Each alchemical matches with a single ingredient each game. Every game randomly assigns an alchemical to an ingredient by using the app that I definitely recommend using, or a game master. The replayability of this game is high since there are over 40,000 ways the alchemicals can match with the ingredients. Each alchemical has 3 aspects: a red aspect, a green aspect, and a blue aspect. And each aspect is either positive or negative. The red aspect pertains to health. A positive red means it has healing properties, while a negative red is poisonous. The green aspect pertains to stamina. Positive green is related to speed, while negative green causes paralysis. The blue aspect pertains to the mind. A positive blue causes wisdom, while a negative blue causes insanity. When you mix 2 ingredients together, they create a potion. The potion they create shows an aspect and sign both ingredients must have. One ingredient has the small version of this aspect, and the other is the large one. To test every potion's effect, you can give it to a student, who unfortunately may charge you, or take it yourself, which can have negative effects like sending you to the hospital. After you test some ingredients and discover what potions they make, you can start making some logical deductions to begin figuring out the rest. Being a great alchemist is more than research itself. You also need to earn money and publish theories to gain reputation. To make money, you can't just transmute an ingredient you have into gold. This only gives you 1 gold, and it's really not the best way to make money. But you can also go and sell potions to adventurers that come by. This is great because if you basically make the potion that they are wanting, you can make up to 4 coins. However, if you are not confident in your potion and you give lower guarantee, or you mix the wrong potion, you will earn less. If you mix a potion of the wrong sign, you lose reputation. Overall, selling potions is a great way to make money, but it does come at greater risks. The money you earn can be used to buy artifacts, which basically give you random advantages, but they are more often used to publish your theories. You publish a theory when you believe you know which alchemical goes with an ingredient. However, after certain rounds, you'll be expected to have a certain number of theories published. This may push you to publish something you're really not sure of yet. When you publish a theory, you use a seal. On the back of a seal, you may hide victory points. If the alchemical match is right, you'll get those points at the end of the game. You may also use a seal with a color and a question mark. This is the fine print, where you can say you aren't sure if the aspect is actually right. No one else sees the back of the seals but you. Other alchemists have the ability to later debunk your theory. If your theory is proven incorrect, it is taken away and is no longer published on the board. If you hedged against what was wrong with that uncertain question mark seal, you do not lose reputation. If you did not hedge against it, you lose 4 points of reputation. If you learn what an alchemical is, but someone else has already published it, you can endorse their theory and put your seal below theirs. The main difference is that you have to pay them to do so, and it's still important to know you are still responsible even if their theory ends up being wrong. At the end of the final round, there is an exhibition where everyone can show off what they can do to earn some last-minute points. Following the last round, the truth of the alchemicals is revealed. At this point, all reputation points are scored. The alchemist with the highest reputation wins. The best part of this game is really just how thematic it is. It's pervasive throughout the entire game. So you have your little workspace, you're working as an alchemist. It actually feels, because it is a little bit difficult to figure out the different rules of alchemy and to work on deduction and to work on what goes with what. So it's kind of like a math problem. When you're learning the game, it's like you're learning like a basic math class with these different rules of the science. And you kind of get stuck in your little laboratory, looking at things and deducing and having your little eureka moments to where it really is thematic. It's as if you were picking up a real life skill because of everything you have to learn for that little section of the game. You feel like being an alchemist is really your profession, and it's one of the games that makes me feel most connected to the theme that I have tried recently. Yet the fun part about this that balances out more and makes the theme even go further and be a little bit more accurate to what it's going for is it doesn't matter in your own little laboratory if what you have is correct and if you're the best, if you actually know stuff, unless you publish it and prove to everyone else that you are too. It's more about showing off and getting out there and sometimes even publishing theories that might not be right in order for people to think that you're cool. And the way you do it to meet the market, to where you want to feel like you are publishing constantly and that you're taking advantage of all the things available to you. You're working on like students, and sometimes what you're doing is not super ethical. You're drinking the potions yourself and suffering the effects. You're selling duds to adventurers, and it's kind of like in order to get that high reputation, you play a little bit of a kook, going around messing up until you get it right. And that aspect of crazy scientist in order to have those eureka moments is really fun. So I would say it's not just about the whole picking up alchemy and that mathematical sense, but the balancing that with the showing off sense, which is what you have to win the game, is a little bit more complex than just learning the alchemy itself, and ends up making this game really one of the most thematic ones that I have learned recently. It wasn't just going through the motions. It felt greater than that. It felt like you were not just winning to try to get more points, you were winning to try to show that you were the best alchemist. I will say one thing about this game, and there is a little bit of a learning curve, since it kind of feels like you're taking a math class and there's so many little things to know that you can do on the board and different actions that you can take. The first time you play it, it is going to feel like you're getting a little bit of an info dump just to get into it, and that learning curve can definitely detract from some people's enjoyment, especially the first time around. I definitely think as soon as you have all of that under your belt, and as soon as you understand the rules and can just focus greater on the game and winning and being the best alchemist, that is when this really shines. I do know, like, when I was introduced to this and someone taught me how to play it, so I didn't read the instructions the first time. And it took so long and I was a little bit frustrating at times, but as soon as that was done, the game was great. So definitely worth the learning curve if you do run into that. And other than that, I don't find many things to say I don't like about this game after fully understanding how it works. It is very masterfully crafted, and the game design is honestly brilliant. So if you have played Alchemist, please let me know what you think about this game. If you haven't, is this something that intrigues you, interests you? I'd be really interested in hearing that. And, well, that's it. Have a great day.